Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome to GamrNewz for June of 2022. Holy smokes, 6 months into the year. It's crazy, I know. Where does the time fly? But it is now time for that favorite time of year that everybody gets to enjoy, and that is some summertime games. You know it. This is the next couple of months. We will be enjoying lots of summertime mini games and all kinds of coolness and craziness where everybody should be out enjoying summer. Because summer does not last forever. And, of course, being in Canuckland, of course, we take summer pretty serious here. So even if you do live in a very hot place in the whole 9 yards, some summertime, of course, is always a good time. Now, of course, before we get into that, let's talk about everything that's coming up. Today, we're going to talk about Milestones, Timezones, all them some summertime games, of course, and then, of course, with a little bit of Party Pineapple to wrap it all up at the end. Now, what do we got playing in the background for today's some summertime news? Of course, what we've got seeing in the background already is the new Icarus Sticks beta, and of course, then it transitions over into TF2, the 2022 spring update with all the mega towns, and of course, we're going to keep that series going all summer as well. Of course, after that, we have Infraspace Cubed in the background, which, of course, I wish it was a scene from that, but because of the delay until the first week of June, it is the last scene from Infraspace Core, which, of course, was a great series on its own. No Man's Sky, same deal, will be back throughout the summer, and we'll be playing that. And, of course, we have several summertime games coming up, and Mr. Prepper is going to be in the background today to represent that, as they have just released within a few hours ago the new clothing update, and of course he will get just a mini series for the summer, along with probably a dozen other little mini games throughout the summertime. So with that, let's now talk about the news. So first, Milestone. Of course, about a week ago, a milestone was reached on the channel, and that milestone, of course, is 2,500 subscribers. Now, in the land of YouTube, there are milestones that basically people count when it comes to the mental counting of the things and subscribers and stuff. Of course, the very first milestone is 1,000. You need 1,000 people to be subscribed to be monetized, and of course that's a big milestone for anybody that's running a YouTube channel. And of course, always, in your mind, that's like, yes, I have reached the first milestone. The second milestone for me, of course, is 2,500. I knew once I could get to 2,500, I knew at least the channel wasn't just about getting 1,000 subscribers. Now you actually had, a constant viewership of videos, that was going on. The next milestone, of course, won't be until 5,000, and then the milestones get a bit bigger after that, right? So usually your milestones after that are usually every 10,000 after that, until you get to 100,000, and then of course after that, then you're talking about the big milestones. Now, as much as I would love to have 100,000 subscribers, I am very happy to have this milestone of 2,500, and I want to thank everybody out there for achieving this milestone. All the live chats that are going on, of course the posters that are posting. All those people watching videos, I'm very appreciative of everything that happens, and of course it makes it worthwhile, even though this is just a hobby gig for me. As you can see, I've brought up the number of the 2,500 milestone marker, but you can also see on there the monthly revenue. I think it's $24. I don't have the graphic up on me at the moment. It comes in later. I think it's $24. Here in Canuckland, of course, that's $10, right? So, because after you pay taxes and whatever. So that's what $10 a month obviously does not pay the bills. but it's a hobby, and one day it may turn into something more. And if that's the case, it's great. And of course, we'll look forward to that. But that means I'll just keep working. I'm going to keep working on things, keep doing things, keep moving things forward, and we'll see what happens. The other thing, of course, is that with this milestone, I want to let everybody know there'll be some tweaks coming in here shortly. So, of course, the live streams will have a little bit more added to them, where you're going to see recent subscribers. Of course, we'll be bringing on more elements into the live streams, so as people can have a little more interaction. And of course, I'm working on those as we speak. But of course, again, it's always when I have a little extra time, which is very, very precious, especially now. So hopefully I'll have those tweaks in by the end of June, so as we can enjoy them for the full summertime experience, right? And go with that. Now, the next piece of news is Timezones. So if we covered Milestones, then Timezones is the next thing. Of course, I have viewership in Europe, and I have viewership in North America, and I sit in a very unique position in the world where basically, I'm early enough to do North America. I'm also early enough that I can do Europe. That's the best part about where I live in Canuck Land. My time zone just kind of floats right there in a little bit of a sweet spot. So, of course, but I want to be able to cater to both sides of the Atlantic, and, of course, we want to be able to do that. So be sure to, of course, keep an eye out on the YouTube community channel, community tab. What we'll be doing there is we'll be launching a few new polls. So, of course, when I first went doing live streaming, I put a few polls out there to kind of get an initial gauge of what's days and times and stuff. Well, with the milestone of 2,500, it's also time to update that and see where everybody is, and so as I can be able to gauge better times. Of course, we want to be able to provide to both markets and have both have an opportunity. So, of course, keep an eye out for those polls. There'll be some time zone polls out there, of course, and we'll be wanting to make sure that everybody stays with as close as possible, so I can bring you the best experience and use my time wisely. Again, being a hobby and everything else, time is always precious. So I want to make sure you guys get the best experience for what little time I do have. Now, that brings us on to some summertime games. Party Pineapple in the house, people. You know it. So what do we got coming up for summertime games? Of course, we've got Icarus Styx Beta. 14 missions. You know we're going to be playing those throughout the summer. And I'll probably even go back to play a few of the Olympus missions as well, as they're calling it now, as the Stage 1 missions. And just to kind of scratch a few of them itches, take care of them. Of course, we'll also be playing through with Transport Fever 2, the 2022 series. That'll be going on throughout the summer and until that series wraps up. Of course, right now is a great time to be watching this series because now we're getting at that point where there's lots of trains moving around, right? We're now seeing the flushing out of a main line now forming, right? You can see where multiple tracks are all collectively getting together now, and that's the nice natural part about doing Transport Fever 2 is when you first start laying track and you're hooking up your first lines and stuff like that, you don't really know where the line will go. I mean, you have a look around and stuff like that, but then as it starts to shape out and transform, of course, industries are now disappearing and appearing in new areas. Now you're seeing these mega lines start to form, right? It is a really great time to be watching that series. No Man's Sky, of course, is going to return. It had to take a week and a half off, of course, because we were squeezing in the new Styx beta, which had just come out for Icarus, and at the same time, I had opened up a little space for for Infraspace. It's which of course got delayed by a week, which is playing havoc with my schedule making. Holy smokes! But I'll get around that. I'm not too worried about that. But No Man's Sky definitely coming back. I have converted the character over to a standard normal character from the Outlaws mission, but I'm still an outlaw. That's what we're going to do. We're outlawing things. That's what we're gonna take outlaw stuff to the Empire, and we're gonna make hot items. That's what we do. So we're gonna have lots of that. And now let's talk about Party Pineapple and summertime games. We got probably a dozen different slots coming up through the summer for summertime games. And as a surprise, Mr. Prepper just released a clothing update. Now, again, it's not enough for a full series, but I thought we would also have Mr. Prepper join in there for a video along with the other some summertime games that are coming up to, of course, show off some of his new clothes. Because, the master has new clothing, and he's got to look stylish, and he got to look good. Some of the other demos that we got coming up, we've got Collapsed, Pair of Aces. I believe I've got Railbound is coming up. Might try to squeeze in Hex Factory. And, of course, on June 6th to the 13th will be the Next Fest demo series from Steam, which, of course, is when they release another bunch of hundreds of demos. And we'll be picking some of those out as well to fill out the summertime and the Party Pineapple scene as the summer goes along. So, with that, I want to thank everybody that, of course, has made the milestone of 2,500 possible. Couldn't have done it, obviously, without the viewership, without the participation, with all the interaction and all the stuff. I appreciate it, and I, like I said, I can't thank you enough for that. There's just, I really can't say much more except thank you very much. And of course, we've got some summertime games, which is going to be awful fun. Lots of exciting little demos, lots of little tidbits along the way, and of course, we've got a few of our regular series going on. I'm Max. This is GamrNewz for June of 2022, and I am going to see you on the next one. Take care.